Ran up on him. Now he say he looking for me. I don't really give a
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, on tap for you tonight, the Portland Trail Blazers against the Dallas Mavericks. And right now for Dallas, they certainly seem to be on a mission. The results have been excellent for them over the first half of the season. And it has to be said, they're not showing any signs of slowing down anytime soon. And C.J. McCollum received his bachelor's degree in journalism. He's already done some TV work. He's coming for our jobs, fellas.
Hey, by the time he gets out of the NBA, we'd be ready to retire. But he's going to be in the NBA for a long time. He's at the top of his game.
Listen, you can never have too much shooting. He's one of the best in the business, but I'm not worried about our jobs being taken.
What would your advice be to C.J. on his broadcasting career?
Go to another network.
I don't know. Yeah.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. And coming to you today from Portland, Oregon, on the banks of the beautiful Willamette River, it's Thursday night and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Welcome everyone to the broadcast. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be.
Now it's ended down to David Aldridge standing by from the.
Well, guys, when Lamarcus.
Indeed, there is. Thanks, David. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Jalen Brunson out there with Hardaway. And it's Doncic in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Howard is out there with Hazonia. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Got a piece of it. Porzingis with the ball, now defended by McCollum. Here's Hardaway, makes it off the glass.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And here is Hazonia. Doncic with the steal. For the finish, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Howard kicks to McCollum. Lillard outside. Back to McCollum. And in constructing lineups, Chris, there's often the dilemma of choosing rim protection versus floor spacing. To you, what matters most?
Well, to me, what matters most is floor spacing. It doesn't. A defense is not overrated. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't matter if you have defense and you can't score. Scoring is just as important, and you have to put pressure on that defense by scoring. And even if you have a shot blocker, what if I have guys that like shoot it outside and don't come to the paint? Well, then I've already taken that shot blocker out of the game. So it's all about offense, having a balanced offense, and then guys willing to listen, pay attention to the details, and be engaged on the defensive end.
And Doncic, here we go. The quick look, no good that time.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
And it's Lillard missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Trailblazers now. It's a 5-point game. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Doncic outside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Porzingis passes to Brunson. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free. Doncic, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And McCollum with the slam.
And even though he's 6'3", McCollum is still capable of dunking it on you. Can't forget about his athleticism. Well, the best season of his career, Kevin. But then Jusuf Nurkic suffered that gruesome leg injury. It was a huge loss for the Blazers and a long road to recovery for Nurkic.
Lobbed up there for Howard. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
This is the chemistry Howard has with his guys. Fantastic at realizing when to go for alley-oops.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. And the Blazers were looking for that third star. Chris Nurkic was starting to look like he might fit the bill.
Well, Kevin, let's think about it. You could argue that he was one of the top 5 centers in the league last season. He just turned 25, so hopefully he's still on the upslope of his career.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Pau Gasol has checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Dwight Howard. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Rodney Hood subbed in for McCollum. Good on both.
Oh, he's such a good free throw shooter. I mean, it frees him up to be as aggressive as he wants in the post.
Lillard bounce pass. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And here's Gasol outside, and another 3 for Portland.
And I really like to see Gasol go up with the shot immediately after getting the pass. Shows how much confidence he has in himself.
And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Lee. 6 points for Porzingis.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
And Lillard gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And the shot is good.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
They get it again.
Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one, but he's got the limp to be the first one, too.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now. These, the new power rankings, they tell a great story. You look at Portland. They're stuck in the same spot, still outside the top 3.
And when you look at the Mavericks, they've claimed the top spot because they've earned it. Some people say they're playing above their heads. I think we're just starting to realize how good this team is.
Shoots. And it's Lillard again missing.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
Pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. Some solid defense from Gasol.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Finney Smith passes to Porzingis. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Right against Lillard. From deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 4. From Portland. We're back in a moment. The veteran Pau Gasol has been a part of championship-winning teams before, and he spoke about what it will take for this team.
And it's up to us to kind of bring our best game, best effort every single night.
Teamwork and great chemistry so important.
And no question about it. When everyone's working together, the team can become greater than the sum of its parts.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, GA. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Lillard and Hood work together in the backcourt. Kent Bazemore is out there with Collins, and it's Gasol at the 5, home in the paint.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts in Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
The Mavericks leading. Here's Porzingis. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
That's a 2 from Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Bazemore for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Mavericks leading by 4. Curry passes to Jackson. That one good for 2. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on their offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Gasol. Howard comes in for Zach Collins. Hezonja, he's checked in for Kent Bazemore. And McCollum subbed in for Hood. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for J.J. Barea. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And those are the games that really hurt. I mean, you're playing well, the effort's there, and in the end, it still isn't enough.
And Justin Jackson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hezonja with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. Doncic passes to Brokaw. And no good that time. Good D by McCollum. Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Well, your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come here in here unless you want to get that shot swatted out of the way. My name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought process. I still have nightmares about Mutombo. Oh, come on, let's go to the next. Go to the next one, please. Come on. Get off shot blockers.
He hits both from the stripe.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
They get it back. Nurkic.
You can't jump at the pump fake. Nurkic is too skilled at getting defenders up in the air.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Free throw good, Nurkic. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20-25-5 game, the Bosnian Beast, making a name for himself.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. There's the pass to Howard. Puts the move on, and such a nice move to make the basket work. Howard's got his second basket of the night.
Well, you can't allow Howard to get this kind of positioning. He's confident in his ability to score inside.
And the shot goes in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Lillard against Curry. Lillard, the pass to Howard. Back to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And his shot, has come around. For most of the first quarter, it looked like he might be in for a long night.
Dallas calls timeout.
Well, you think about a franchise player, it's hard to find a better example than Damian Lillard. His play, his presence, Kevin, he's one of the most important players in Blazers franchise history.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jackson. Lee's checked in for Ryan Brokaw. And it's Wright in for Curry. Lillard dishes to McCollum. Over Lee. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from McCollum. Chris, you were talking about the presence of Lillard. Very cool and always composed.
Oh, Kevin, I love Damian Lillard. I mean, he's from Oakland. He has that town toughness. He's got that dog in him. I mean, he speaks softly and carries a big stick.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Doncic. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. So for the Trailblazers, Pau Gasol is checked in for Nurkic. Ken Bazemore comes in for Hezonja. And Hood subbed in for Lillard. That one's in, only his 4th make against 9 total shots.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Cullen passes to Gasol. Outside Hood. Tries from 10. And the shot is long.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Doncic outside. And Wright kicks to Lee. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
And that's just a risky play to make a heave like that. Not worth it.
Stolen by Collins. That shot misses. And so it's Dallas heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now let's catch it. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the... There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 14 points. And that'll do it.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Porzingis having a dominant impact in this game.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
On the court for the Mavericks, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Hardaway is out there with Jalen Brunson, and it's Powell in at the 5. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. And so here's Portland. They trail by 9 points. McCollum, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
See, well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointer, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that it happens. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement. And they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they have 3 of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30%, and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement. Yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball game, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense. Drains the three-pointer. And that's 12 points for Damian Lillard.
The star just keeps rising for Damian Lillard. Heck of a talent with tremendous range.
And the Mavericks call time here.
one of the game's elite scorers and closers, Damian Lillard. With the game on the line, you know what time it is. It's Dame time.
Porzingis trying to get free, and the layup's good off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Powell. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there. Chris, you talk about degree of difficulty. Damian Lillard takes and makes some incredibly tough shots.
Oh, Kevin, the percentages don't do him justice. I mean, off the dribble, contested, from deep. Lillard is always a threat.
McCollum outside. Back to Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. 6 points for Nurkic.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far. They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
Hardaway with the steal. Brunson with it. Now defended by McCollum. Offensive rebound. Powell. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Powell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs. Lillard scanning the floor. Here's McCollum. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That is his first foul of the game. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Pau Gasol is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Collins comes in for Dwight Howard. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Rodney Hood subbed in for Damian Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Ryan Brokoff comes in for Doncic. And Curry subbed in for Hardaway. Outside Hood, launches it, knocks down the 3-ball. Hood's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And confidence is a key for Hood. I mean, he makes shots like this. It should only help his assertiveness moving forward.
Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game and that system is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
McCollum up top, guarded by Barea. Here's Gasol, and it's blocked. Barea against McCollum. Curry passes to Finney-Smith. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. It's McCollum with the drive. And Brokoff pulls it down. Mavericks leading by 14. Finney-Smith kicks to Barea. Dallas moving it around. Here's Curry. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 4th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for Hood. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Hood's got 5 points so far.
One of Hood's go-to shots. I mean, so smooth and comfortable firing from these in-between spots.
And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Dallas, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their strategy. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, you got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the 2nd, 3rd, 4th play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Kent Bazemore is out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Hood in a shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Nurkic finds McCollum. Right against Hood. Bazemore on the wing. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Dallas leading by 12. And Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection. I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Dallas calls timeout. So for the Trailblazers, Howard's checked in for Gasol. Hezonja comes in for Kent Bazemore. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for McCollum. And then for Dallas, Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Porzingis is coming in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Barea. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Hood with it. He's picked up by Lee. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Passes it to Nurkic. Yep, that one goes in there.
Oh, not much you can do. 7 feet tall, Nurkic uses his height to his advantage inside.
Powell, the pass to Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That free throw good from Porzingis. Both shots good from the stripe. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dada, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home, it's really cool. But on the road, it's great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there. So you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Lillard against Wright. Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
Here's Hood. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Hood's got 9 points now in just the second half. From 10 feet out, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Rodney Hood. That free throw good from Doncic. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Wright. All free throws good from Doncic. And even though Chris Dwight Howard won't be logging the 35-plus minutes he once did, he is still a factor when he's on the floor.
Oh, yeah, Kevin. You better pay attention to Dwight. He can still hurt you with any touch he gets around the basket. I like seeing him in short bursts where you can force the opposing team to adjust to him inside.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis has got 20.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Doncic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Brunson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Luka Doncic.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Dallas.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
He was the one dictating the pace tonight, playing up-tempo or slowing it down, but always scoring.
Justin Jackson, he's checked in for Dallas. Ryan Brokoff comes in for Luka Doncic. Trailblazers trail by 16. To the paint. Here's Tolliver. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Powell kicks to Brunson. Dallas moving the ball around. Outside Hardaway. Here's Jackson. Up and in on the layup.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Three-pointer, Lillard buries the long-range jumper.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
And Porzingis, here we go. First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Simons, guarded by Barea. A floater. That one drops for him. Beyond the arc. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Olden, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you later.
You can go quote my last of your people in